Morjesta and hello. I'm doing a collaboration with LUT University, and that's probably why you're here. I'm presenting you 3 cases, starting from the first challenge, and let's start with that. So first I'm going to explain you about what the challenge is, then what the possible deliverables for the challenge are, and also what I've been experimenting or researching about the challenge, so you know a little bit about the kind of overall thing that is related to the challenge. But before going into the notes that I've added here, I can briefly explain about what kind of problem I'm trying to solve with this challenge that we call skill space. So basically, Skillspace is an internal tool for sharing competencies of consultants. And when people ask inside of a company that who can help me with a skill or competence, or who is an expert in some skill or competence. So this is the question that people ask, and instead of asking it, is there a way that we could present this information that people could ask this from a system? Is basically the baseline idea. But before going more into what kind of experiments you could run and how you can perceive this issue, I can tell you a little bit about background story that what I've been doing with this. So we have a one proof of concept implementation done as an experiment. It's kind of a web application with done with React, and of course we have wireframings and UI prototypes and things like that done before. And when we actually created the system, then we did one rollout pilot that we actually get people using it and seeing if they actually use it. So I have some experience of this, but before going into the results of those, I'd be happy to know what kind of things you come up with. But the baseline idea of the implementation is that we create this kind of a web app with player cards. So if you're familiar with kind of games that you have this kind of player cards that has this kind of image and then some info and then the skills, the kind of the highlights. So that was the baseline idea, to create kind of this gallery of players, whether it's kind of your employees, but mostly for kind of consultancy companies. We tackled the kind of one of the biggest issues of getting the skills in the system, that we use a predefined list of skills. And when you need to kind of elaborate more on a specific skill that you've selected, then we gave you the option to add kind of a sub skill with freeform text. So let's say you have like front-end development, so under that you can add like React and Angular, Vue, Svelte, you name it. So you can add that kind of, or you can add like UX design, and then you can add like Miro, Figma, Sketch, InVision, Marvel, da. So you get the point that we have this kind of a predefined skill list, and then we have freeform skills that you can add as a text underneath. So that was kind of how we solved that issue. And the access management, the authorization, the kind of authentication is done by Entra ID, so previously known as Azure AD. And that's kind of the boundary of also, if you think about creating like a POC or something, you don't need to kind of think about what kind of login system you use, like email, password, whatever. How this actually is being used is that we have Entra ID, so then that is used as the baseline to actually get people into the system, and then after that comes the features of the system. But yeah, here's some more information about the problem. So a little bit more background information is that in small companies, if you think about this question that who can help you with skill or some competence, people know each other. If it's like 20 people, uh, well, not everyone, but mostly the people that work together, they get to know who knows things and this, and then they kind of post a message in some chat that does anyone know about this, is basically how most of the companies solve this issue. They don't need this kind of a neat gallery view of player cards. But in larger companies, if you post, let's say you have like 300 employees and you post like, does anyone know about this? Then probably people will know, but it kind of puts kind of a strain to the amount of messages that people get. And it's not maybe that nice way of doing it, but basically it does solve the issue that who can help me with that, who knows something. But the baseline benefits that creating a system that can answer this question or deliver an answer to this question gives a lot of other benefits, not going through all of those, but you can explore those on your own or within the group. But yeah, this is what I believe, that all companies need a lightweight skills management, some way of kind of well, the speed is very important. When we have consultants that do billable hours, you don't want, as a kind of a company executive, you don't want them to use their time to input skills in some system that might be used or not used. So it is very important that the input of the skills is kind of a very, it doesn't put a big strain on time. And that is also true for two reasons. One is that users have really low attention span, and the users who actually are really competent and who is needed in this kind of system, they need this to be really lightweight and easy to add their skills. So there must be really low amount of kind of things that need to be done before they get to input their skills. So it really needs to be an intuitive process to be kind of enter the system, add the skills, you're done. So it needs to be really streamlined process. That's kind of the baseline if you think about the actual system that we've done before and what I think about it. But now comes the challenge possible deliverables, that what you can do. So first of all, if you think that how you should approach all of these ideas and things to kind of create and what to solve, one of the crucial things that I definitely want you to think about is that why is this a bad idea? Like, how could this fail? And this is definitely something that I want to know. that why is this a bad idea? I definitely know myself reasons that why this is a bad idea, but you can tell me. And kind of the hypothesis forming. So basically, what are the cases, scenarios that could be proven with some experiments, right or wrong, and what kind of small experiments could be run to test whether the kind of claim is true or false, if it's something that actually should be taken seriously or not. Right. Then if you think about the other tools, so this is not the first kind of a player card view of consultant skills, but there are probably other solutions for this kind of issue, and then if you're interested in finding out, then you can write also a report of kind of the kind of a market analysis related to this idea that what kind of market there is, and is this something that could be solved with some ready tool for some price. Then if you want to create your own kind of version of what kind of view this is for the problem to solve, then you're free to do so. This is more of a, if you're kind of aiming more for the UX UI designer path, and you want to understand the users and this kind of thing, so then definitely this is what you could do. If you want to be a software engineer, want to hone your skills with creating software, then definitely you can create some version of this, and also well, these kind of wireframes, the implementation plan, the implementation, and the architecture, these are all kind of the same path, basically. Different emphasis on who wants to do what, but basically you can pick some amount of these, or just do one POC implementation, for example, that is really great, or some really great prototypes, or some really great planning. You know, I'm not too keen on telling you what to do, but I'm telling you that these are the things that I'm expecting. You can decide on the content yourself, and then on the approach. And one thing that is not that technical but really important in this kind of ideas and things that try to affect the reality that we live in, is to actually add some kind of a onboarding or pilot plan, how we actually get people to use this. And this is also, all of these basically are related to why is this a bad idea. So why do any of these if this is a bad idea? So if you can give me a report on why this is a bad idea, then I'm happy with that. If you do any of these, I'm happy with that. But please talk with your LUT staff to actually know more about what is expected in the context of the challenge. So to summarize, skill space, internal tool, and the problem that I want you to think as the challenge is that how we can help people to find the right people to contact and to help them in different needs. Here are the deliverables, and this was the first challenge, so 2 more to go.